X Factor. A variable in a given situation that could have the most significant impact on the outcome. The Golden State Warriors are the best team in the NBA currently, with a phenomenal record of 21-4 as of when writing this script. There are many reasons why the Golden State Warriors have been so dominant early on, with a lot of fans rightly praising the team's defense, incredible offense, and the overall exceptional play of Stephen Curry, who looks like the clear favorite for the MVP right now. However, there are quite a few players on this squad outside of Curry, Klay, Draymond, and Jordan Poole that get overlooked by the casual fan and don't get the recognition they deserve for how well this team is playing. I want to shine a light on that today, because as I noted with my opening statement, these players have the potential to make a significant impact on the Warriors' 2022 season outcome. So in today's video, I'll be taking a look at 5 players on this roster who I believe are X factors for Golden State and will quietly assist them in their hunt for another championship in 2022. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe. For more NBA content like this, I'd love to reach 18,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we are so close to that goal, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about the Golden State Warriors. Probably the biggest X factor on Golden State in my opinion is Andrew Wiggins. The Warriors have been able to revive Wiggins' career, as since leaving Minnesota, he's taking major leaps in all areas of his game, but particularly his defense. Wiggins is now one of the best two-way wings in the league, learning off the elite defender in Draymond Green, and now as a result, he adds a completely new element to the Warriors system that they haven't had these past couple of seasons. As of when writing this, Wiggins is 15th in the league in defensive win shares, and last season finished 26th in the league. Before then, Wiggins had never even been in the top 50 for defensive win shares, so that just further indicates his complete transformation on that end of the floor for the Warriors, and in turn, that makes him a big X factor for this team. It doesn't stop there though for Wiggins, as offensively, he can bring a new dynamic to the team as well. Though rather inconsistent and a bit frustrating at times, Wiggins' offensive abilities can still be borderline elite, like he was drafted first overall in 2014 for. Wiggins' offensive abilities, just recently, he went off for 28 points against the Orlando Magic, lifting Golden State to a W in a game where Curry was initially struggling before a hot second half. In general, that help from Stephen Curry is so important, especially with Klay and Wiseman still out of the lineup, and it's something Golden State almost completely lacked the past couple of seasons. So for that reason, Wiggins is a big X factor to me on that end of the floor as well. Overall for the season, Wiggins has been posting averages of around 19 points per game on 45% field goal shooting and 41% 3-point shooting, by far the best 3-point shooting figures of his career. What's crazy though is the elite shooting is coming off Wiggins' second highest 3-point attempts per game too. Wiggins is in the best form of his career and is filling a Harrison Barnes-esque role perfectly for the Warriors. Another player who has been brilliant defensively is Gary Payton II. Initially, Payton was the 15th man of the roster, but he has not let that define him as he's broken out into a valuable member for this team, currently averaging 6.7 points and 3 rebounds in 15 minutes per game so far this season. Payton's hustle is what has earned him these minutes, as his defensive tenacity has been crucial to locking up the opposition and turning Golden State into the best defense in the league once again. He's currently posting defensive figures of 1.2 steals per game and 2.2 deflections, but if you look at his per 36 figures, that becomes around 3.2 steals per game and 5.5 deflections per game, up there with the league's best. With his insane athleticism, Payton is also a solid offensive threat, especially in transition, and overall, he's been instrumental in the second unit for the Warriors again, especially on the defensive end of the floor. Damian Lee has been an underrated weapon for the Warriors these past couple of seasons off the bench. Though pretty inconsistent and a streaky shooter, Lee has been able to provide Golden State with a scoring flair when Curry sits, as well as decent shooting on catch-and-shoot opportunities. Lee started the season red hot, averaging just under 15 points per game in his first 6 games, also shooting 46% from deep. Though he has cooled down since, he's still a threat the opposition needs to be aware of, because as we saw at the start of the season, if he heats up, it's hard to slow him down, and that's why he's a big X factor to me for this team. The other 2 big X factors on this team to me are Juan Toscano-Anderson and Otto Porter Jr. Starting with the latter, Porto's X factor capabilities come from his shooting. With his spacing, Golden State's offense has been far more effective than previous years, and that's backed up with his 43% shooting from 3-point range. Otto Porter, being an X factor, was exemplified in the Warriors' W against the LA Clippers and Houston Rockets during the season, where he scored 18 points and 15 points respectively. In these matches, Porter lit it up from downtown, and it forced both LA and in particular the Rockets to stick to him more rather than go double Stephen Curry. This gave Steph the room he needed to get free as the game went on, leading to 2 comfortable wins for Golden State. As for Juan Toscano-Anderson, he accentuates the title of being a high-energy player. After playing limited minutes to begin the season, JTA has found his way back into the rotation, now regularly playing 20+ minutes a night. Toscano-Anderson's best game of the season came against Phoenix, where he missed just 1 shot from the field and threw down arguably the dunk of the year all over JaVale McGee, leading Golden State with his effort on both ends to snap Phoenix's huge winning streak. JTA has also developed really well as a playmaker in the Warriors system. His passing is much improved and he's making intelligent reads offensively very often that gets his teammates good looks. This can be seen especially in his brilliant game against Detroit back in late November, where after struggling from the field early, he turned to his playmaking to be a positive on offense, finishing the night with 9 assists. It's truly an underrated part of Toscano's game, but with more time can make him a reliable offensive piece for Golden State down the track this season. Those talents, plus his high effort on all areas of the floor, make him such a huge X factor for Golden State, in my opinion. So, those are all the players I want to talk about today for Golden State. Obviously, there are some others that I could talk about, like the rookies like Kuminga, but again, as I mentioned in the beginning, I wanted to focus on the lesser talk about players on the Warriors roster, not necessarily the superstars or the rookies who are getting their fair share of limelight. Instead, I wanted to take a look at the role players who are quietly making a big impact for this team and are contributing quite heavily to their success. The championship teams of the Warriors a few seasons ago were always such deep squads, with many offensive and defensive weapons outside of the main core. This season feels a lot like the same, and it's why I'm so intrigued and excited about this team and their chances to win a championship. I mean, the Warriors have the best record in the league right now and still have Klay Thompson and James Wiseman to come back. That is a very scary thought. So it's why I had to discuss the unreal depth of this team today. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? What are your thoughts on these players for Golden State? Will their contributions help the Warriors make a championship run come May next year? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.